Hello, Mark. My name is Joy. My student number is 80441015, and I'm a freshman. I'm going to read a speech titled Living Beyond Limits by Purdy. If your life were a book and you were the author, how would you want your story to go? That's the question that changed my life forever. Growing up in the hot Las Vegas desert, all I wanted was to be free. I would daydream about traveling the world, living in a place where it snowed, and I would picture all of the stories that I would go on to tell. At the age of 19, the day after I graduated high school, I moved to a place where it snowed, and I began a massage therapy. With this job, all I needed were my hat and my massage table by my side, and I could go anywhere. For the first time in my life, I feel free, independent, and completely in control of my life. That is, until my life took a detour. I went home from work early one day with what I thought was the flu, and less than 24 hours later, I was in the hospital on life support with less than 2% chance of living. It wasn't until days later, as I lay in coma, that the doctor diagnosed me with bacterial meningitis, a vaccine-preventable blood infection. Over the course of 2.5 months, I lost my spleen, my kidney, and the hearing in my left ear and bone of my leg below the knee. When my parents wheeled me out of the hospital, I felt like I had been pieced back together like a patchwork doll. I saw the worst was over until weeks later, when I saw my new leg. For the first time, the cleft were bulky blocks of metal with pipe built together for the ankle and the yellow rubber foot, with a raised rubber line from the toe to the ankle to look like a vein. I didn't know what to expect, but I wasn't expecting that. With my mom by my side, and tears streaming down our face, I stretched on this chunky leg and I stood up. They were so painful and so confined that I could think was, how am I going to travel the world in this thing? How was I ever going to live a life full of adventure and story, as I was wanted? And how was I going to snowboard again? That day, I went home. I crawled into bed, and this is what my life looked like for the next few months. Me passed out, escaping from reality, with my legs resting by my side. I was absolutely, physically, and emotionally broken. But I knew that in order to move forward, I had to let go of the old Amy and learn to embrace the new Amy. And that's it. When it dawned on me that I didn't have to be 5'5" anymore. I could be as tall as I wanted, laughter, applause, or as short as I wanted, depending on who I was dating, laughter. And if I snowboard again, my feet aren't going to get cold, laughter. And best of all, I saw I can make my feet the size of the shoes that are on the sales rack, laughter. And I did. So there were benefits here. It was this moment that I asked myself that life-defining question. If my life were a book and I were the author, how would I want the story to go? And I began to daydream. I daydreamed like I did as a little girl, and I imagined myself walking gracefully, helping other people through my journey, and snowboarding again. And I didn't just see myself curving down a mountain of powder. I could actually feel it. I could feel the wind against my face and the beat of my racing heart as if it were happening in that very moment. And that is when a new chapter in my life began. 4 months later, I was better on a snowboard. Although things didn't go quite as expected, my knee and my ankle wouldn't bend and at one point, I traumatized all the skill on the chairlift when I fell my legs, still attached to my snowboard, laughter. When flying down the mountain, I was on the top of the mountain still. I was so shocked. I was just as shocked as everybody else, and I was so discouraged. But I knew that if I could find the right pair of feet, that I would be able to do this again. And this is when I learned that our boulder and our obstacle can only do two things. One, stop us in our trail, or two, force us to get creative. I did a year of research, still couldn't figure out what kind of leg to use. Couldn't find any resource that could help me. So I decided to make a pair of myself. My leg maker and I put random parts together, and we made a pair of feet that I could snowboard in. As you can see, Russell bolt, rubber, wood, and neoprene duct tape. And yes, I can change my toenail polish. It was this, that, and the best 21st birthday gift I could ever receive. A new kidney from my dad. That allowed me to follow my dream again. I started new snowboarding. Then I went back to work. Then I went back to school. Then in 2005, I could found a non-profit organization for youth and young adults with physical disability, so they could get involved with Asian sport. From there, I had the opportunity to go to South Africa, where I helped to put shoes on thousands of children's feet so they could attend school. And just this past February, I won two back-to-back World Cup gold medals, a plus, which made me the highest-ranked adaptive female snowboarder in the world. 11 years ago, when I lost my legs, I had no idea what to expect. But if you ask me today, if you ever want to change my situation, I would have to say no, because my leg hasn't disabled me. If any, that enabled me. They forced me to rely on my imagination and to believe in the possibility. And that's why I believe that our imagination can be used as a tool for breaking through borders. Because in our mind, we can do anything and we can be anything. It's believing in those dreams and facing our fears head on that allows us to lead our life beyond our limit. And although today is about innovation without borders, I had to say that in my life, innovation has only been possible because of my borders. I learned that borders are where the actual end, but also where the imagination and the story begins. So the thought that I would like to challenge you with today is that maybe instead of looking at our challenges and our limitations as something negative or bad, we can begin to look at them as blessing, magnificent gifts that can be used to ignite our imagination and help us to go further than we ever knew we could go. It's not about breaking down borders. It's about pushing all of them and seeing what amazing places they might bring us. Thank you.